Today I will cover a game between Magnus Carlsen and Daniel Dubov. This is a game from Gold Money Asian Rapid 2021. This is a game from day 2. Now this is the top 16 players of this tournament, including Magnus Carlsen, Ding Liren, Levon Aronian, Anish Giri, Wesley So, Alireza Firouzja, Daniel Dubov and more. Now let's check out this game. So Magnus with the white pieces opened with e4 and we have e5 by Dubov. Knight to f3, knight to c6 and now b5. So Magnus goes for the Ruy Lopez. We have knight to f6 and Dubov goes for the Berlin defense. Now we have d3 and now bishop to c5. Now we have bishop captures on c6 by Magnus, d captures on c6 and now queen to e2. So Magnus is probably preparing bishop to e3. Now we have queen to d6 and now a3. So not allowing any bishop to b4 idea. Now we have a5 now and now bishop to e3. We have bishop captures, queen captures and we have castles by black. Now we have knight b to d2 and now bishop to e6. So just developing minor pieces. Now we have bishop to g5, threatening to capture this bishop. Now Dubov played bishop to d7 and now knight to c4, again attacking the queen, and Dubov played queen to e7 and now we have knight to f3. Now you can see there is a double attack on this pawn, and you can defend it by playing rook to e8 because white will simply capture this pawn because you have to capture with the queen and then you will lose your queen. So this is not possible. So Dubov played the best move, that is knight to g4, attacking the queen, also defending the pawn. We have queen to d2 and now a4. We have h3, attacking the knight now, and if you move the knight then white will simply capture this pawn. So that is why Dubov played b5. Now if white captured this pawn then you can eliminate this knight. So we have h captures on g4, b captures on c4 and now queen to c3 by Magnus. Now we have rook f to e8 and now queen captures on c4. We have bishop captures on g4 and now queen captures on c6. Now we have rook a to b8 for the moment, attacking the pawn. So Magnus played rook to b1, just defending. Now we have bishop to d7 by Dubov, attacking the queen. Now Magnus just captured the pawn. Queen captures, but black will definitely play rook b to c8, then he will capture this pawn. So Dubov played rook b to c8, queen to a7 and now he captures the pawn, and in this position Magnus just castles. Now we have rook e to c8, but rook e to c8 is in this position is a mistake by Dubov, because instead of this rook e to c8 you have to play the move queen to d6. Because after queen to d6 the point is white is threatening to capture this pawn, so you have to defend that pawn. So queen to d6, this is just a line I am showing. Now white can play rook to f to c1 and after rook to c6, knight to e1 and after rook to b6, then queen to c7 and after queen to e6, now rook to c2 and f6 and now queen to a7, and the game continues. But in the game after these castles we have rook e to c8 and Magnus immediately captured this pawn. The point is if you capture this knight then white can simply capture this bishop and white is up a pawn now. So we have rook to c7 just attacking the queen, and also you have to defend your knight. So you have only two options, either a5 or d4. But if you play a5 then you will lose immediately, because then black will simply play rook to c5 and after you play something then he will just capture the knight. So a5 is not an option, so Magnus played queen to d4. Now we have bishop to b5 and now rook f to d1. We have rook to d8 just attacking the queen, queen to b6 and now queen captures on e6. We have d4 now and now queen to e7. We have queen captures on b5, queen captures, and now queen captures on a4 by Magnus. We have h5 by Dubov, and now rook to e1, just attacking the queen. Now we have queen to f5, and now rook b to c1, rook c to d7, and now rook to c5, again attacking the queen. Now we have queen to g4, and now queen to d1. But in this position black will definitely capture this pawn, and if white capture this queen, then he can capture this. So we have queen rook captures on b4, Magnus trades queen here, h captures on g4, and now rook e to c1, just doubling up on c file. We have king to h7 by Dubov, and now b4. Now we can see in this position Magnus has these two massive fast pawn. Now we have rook to a8, just attacking the pawn. So Magnus played rook 5 to c3. Now we have rook to d2, and now rook to b3. Now we have rook to a2, and now b5. In this position Dubov played rook to e8, but rook to e8 is a blunder in this position because you have to capture this pawn. This is the best move in this position, because after you capture, then white can play rook to b4, and after rook to a4, rook c to c4, rook captures, and now king to g6, and rook captures on g4 with check, and after the king moves, then you can play rook to c4, rook to a7, and now g4. So this actually saves the game, and this position is probably draw. So after b5 Dubov played rook to e8, and rook to 8 is a blunder. In this position you should capture this pawn. This move only saves the game for black. But in the game Dubov played rook to e8, and now Magnus just played b6. In fact, in this position this is the strongest move. We have g3 now, rook captures on g3, and now rook to b2 by Dubov, just attacking the pawn. We have rook to c7, rook captures, and rook captures on f7 by Magnus, and rook to e1 with check, king to h2 by Magnus, and now rook to h6 with check. We have rook to h3 just blocking the only move. Now rook to a1 attacking the pawn, and now rook to a7 just defending, because black will definitely capture this rook. Then you have to recapture, so you have to protect this pawn. We have rook to a2, and now f3. We have rook captures, king captures, and now king to h6. Now we have g3 by Magnus, and now g6. We have king to g4, and now rook to c2. Now Magnus played a4, rook to c4 with check, and this position is completely lost for black. We have now rook to c3 by Dubov, a5. Now Magnus is just pushing his fast pawn, and this game will end soon. Now we have rook to c5, now a6, g5 now, and now in this position Magnus just played rook to 8, and in this position Dubov just resigned the game. When Magnus played rook to 8, probably Dubov had only 1 minute and 3 seconds on the clock, and Magnus had some 1 minute and 5 seconds or 6 seconds on the clock. So after this move rook to 8, he resigned. Daniel Dubov resigned. He resigned because if you play king to g6, then rook to g8 with check, and after the king moves, then just a7, and if you capture this rook, then white will bring his queen into the game. So you have to play rook to a5, and after rook to h, and there is no good move for black. White is threatening to play a8 with queen, so white will bring the queen into the game. So you have to capture this pawn, and if you capture, then rook to h7 with check, then white can capture this rook, and after you capture, then g captures on f4, and this is completely winning for white. And after this move, this is actually checkmate in 14 moves. So white is completely winning here. So there is no move for black. So after this move, rook to a8 by Magnus Carlsen, Daniel Dubov resigned the game, and again Magnus shows his great endgame skills in this game. This shows how strong he is in the endgame. So that was a quite interesting game, and I have already told that, just give me 1 minute. So after this b5 move by Magnus, you should capture this pawn. This actually saves the game, but in the game Dubov played rook to e8, and this simply loses the game for him. So that was the game. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was a quite interesting one. So stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for watching.